Welcome back, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning sports-loving channels, television, wherever you are in the world watching us. I invite you to be part of this show. It's the Fun Factory. So much is happening. If you doubt me, fasten your seatbelt. We are going to Washington, D.C. Sonny Young is ready. Sonny, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Great to be back on Sports Tonight, Austin. And congratulations to you and the award-winning Channels Television for the successful kickoff of the Lagos preliminaries at the Channels Kids Cup. I heard one of your commentators, Austin, talk about a goal feast. A goal feast.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those boys are really finding the net.
I know. They love to score, Sonny, because that's the only time they get to somersault and then, laugh and run around the pitch. We love it, touching lives at the grassroots. And Sonny, I know you also talk about it a lot.
No, I think it's a great tournament for the development of Nigerian, and I know you have other international players there, Austin. It's an international tournament, but I think it's a great program, great tournament, and I wish you all the best. Grassroots soccer at its finest.
That's the best, at the best. And Sonny, that's the way to go. Let's make it ladies first on the show tonight. The women's soccer team, sometimes I know you wish that you could switch it, let the ladies go play for the men because they've done so well. Sonny, they've unveiled their team for the World Cup. They are indeed favorites.
Well, we'll see how the Americans do in France, Austin. We're now a little over a month away to the kickoff of the Women's World Cup, but the U.S. women's national team earlier Thursday announced their 23-player roster for the Women's World Cup. I think the elder statesman of the group is Carly Lloyd. She will be playing in her fourth Women's World Cup.
Amazing.
And I think they're going to be looking to Carly to score a few goals in France, Austin. She has scored more than 100 goals during her international career. One younger player on the team I'd like to give a shout out, Mallory Pugh. Mallory Pugh, she's one of the younger players. She's based right here in Washington. She plays for the Washington Spirit. And so she's one of the up-and-coming young girls on the team. But I think the American women are cautiously optimistic, Austin, about winning the trophy. I think they know it's going to be a tough challenge to lift that trophy again in France.
I totally agree, Sonny. So they're just staying focused. They don't want to be complacent. So for me, at the Women's World Cup, it's Nigeria first, and then I'll give the United States the remaining support. But the Super Falcons first, Sonny. That's fair.
I can't blame you for that, Austin. I can't blame you rooting for the Super Falcons. But one other quick African note, Austin. Before the Women's World Cup kicks off, the American women are going to play a few more friendly internationals, and one of them will be against South Africa. That'll be, I think it might be their last friendly match before the Women's World Cup as they try to fine-tune their attack and get ready for France.
And that'll be a good test for the South African team because they're getting better. That's a good one, Sonny. Sonny, let's get into the NBA playoffs now. Who are we testing tonight?
Well, big game in Philadelphia. Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers will take on Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. When we reach this stage of the playoffs, Austin, 8 teams left. It's really about star power. If the big stars can step up and really play their best basketball, still some question marks about Joel Embiid. He's been having some injury problems. He missed 2 games earlier in the playoffs for Philadelphia, but Kawhi Leonard has been playing well. Joel Embiid for Philadelphia as well as Ben Simmons. That series is tied at 1-1, and really all the series have been very competitive. Golden State is now leading the Houston Rockets 2-0. Both games have been pretty close, though, Austin. And now the series will shift back to Houston, Texas. So we got to see if James Harden and the Rockets can maybe get back in that series.
That's right. Has Al-Farouq impressed you? Al-Farouq Aminu.
Quick shout out for him, Austin. We will probably be seeing Aminu playing for Nigeria at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in August. And he had a very good game for Portland last night. He had 11 points and a team-high 10 rebounds. And the Blazers beat the Nuggets 97-90. Aminu has been a really solid player for the Blazers. Quick shout out for Denver's big Serbian center, Nikola Jokic. He looks like he's one of the rising young stars in the NBA, Austin. He had 16 points and 14 rebounds last night in a losing effort. But Jokic has really played well in the playoffs. In terms of the big men, I'm going to go with Kevin Durant and Jokic as my two standout big men so far in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. They step up and they get the business done, and that's why I'm watching them closely. Give me those figures I'm not comfortable with. I test you straight. I'm not going to look for that. And there's something about let's talk about Al-Farouq Aminu some more, Sonny. You said he exemplifies the power of sports.
I love it when you say that, Austin, about the power of sports, especially when these very well-paid NBA players try to give back, try to help the younger players, nurture their development, help them with coaching. And Aminu does exactly that. For the past 3 years, he's returned home to Nigeria, and he's conducted a basketball camp in Ibadan, Nigeria, along with his wife. And so they're helping out some of the younger Nigerian boys and girls develop their basketball skills. And I always like it, Austin, when these players do try to give back to the sport and give back to their respective countries. With these basketball camps.
Beautiful, Sonny. Beautiful. I love it when we talk about the power of sports, Sonny. It takes me to a place where I want to be, because we know that sports has the power to transform lives. So shout out to Al-Farouq Aminu for touching lives through sports. Sonny, let's get into boxing now. Canelo Alvarez, yes, punch me, I'll take it. He'll be taking on Jacobs. Jacobs is the miracle man. I think he'll need some miracle against Canelo.
I love that nickname, Austin, the Miracle Man. Daniel Jacobs, some of your viewers might be wondering, how did he get that nickname of the Miracle Man? Well, it kind of goes back to this illness that he overcame about 8 years ago. He had a very rare form of bone cancer. He made a complete recovery. And I think at that point they started saying, he's a miracle. He's the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs. He might need a miracle, though, Austin, to beat Canelo on Saturday night. I got to go with Canelo in that fight. I think Canelo is probably going to be a little too much for Daniel Jacobs. He's a very good fighter, but I'm going to go with Canelo in that fight, Austin.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I'm going with Canelo, but the Miracle Man. So much love for him, because he also has some part of the power of sports in his story. And that right there is motivational. So let's wish them all the best. Let the best man win. But Canelo, we want to come out. Let's go to the heavyweight division. Sonny, I don't know how disappointed you are about Jaron Miller, but please, let's not talk about him on this show again until that fight is done on June the 1st. So let's talk about Ruiz Jr. When it was announced, I know him, but I went into the internet to dig some more. I think he's dangerous. And now he's bragging that he's going to ruin Joshua's debut in the United States of America.
Austin, I had to do a little internet research myself on Andy Ruiz Jr. To find out a little more about him. But he is a big heavyweight, very solid. I think AJ is going to be, I think he could be tested. I mean, I'm not saying Ruiz is going to upset AJ on June 1st, but I think Ruiz could definitely give him a challenge if he should somehow pull off the upset against Anthony Joshua. He would become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. We'll see. I think he has been impressive in his recent fights. I did see some video of he fought just recently within the past 2 weeks, and he stopped a Eastern European opponent. Now, whether he can topple AJ on June 1st, I have my doubts, Austin, but I think he'll be a good, solid opponent for AJ, who will be making his prize-fighting debut here in the USA.
Yeah. He's a big guy. Joshua is also big. And they've got some quality. But I know it takes just one punch, Sonny. Just
It
one.
does. I mean, that is sort of the magic and the allure of the heavyweight division, that it takes only one punch. And if it's a lucky punch, who knows? These guys hit with a lot of power, Austin. And a quick shout out for F.A. Ajagba.
That's right.
He won last weekend, 10th consecutive victory.
Beautiful.
He beat this German by the name of Michael Wallish, stopped him within 2 rounds, Austin.
Wow.
F.A. Ajagba, unbeaten, and I think he still needs a few more fights under his belt, Austin, but who knows? You know, maybe he can get a world title shot within a few years.
Yes, Sonny, I know him so well. I mean, when he was getting into boxing, I knew him, we were talking, and I know it needs to be refined. It just needs to be refined. I was a bit scared that the German with more experience would take him all the way. Round 2, Sonny. Round 2.
I like how you said that, Austin. I agree. I think he does need a little more refinement, especially of his jab. He's working on his jab, but I still think he needs to make it a little sharper. And if he can do that, and you know, he could definitely get that world title shot down the road.
I agree. So on this, let me just say this parting shot, Sonny. Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, it will be a good fight. But Ruiz should go and ask Vladimir Klitschko, when Anthony Oluwafemi Joshua raises his hand and calls on the people of Shagamu and drops that punch, Sonny, it's game over.
Yeah, I got to go with AJ on June 1st, Austin. I think Ruiz realizes he's sort of a late replacement for the big baby.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about the big baby.
That's all, Sonny. Yeah, that's all. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Sonny, I must say thank you so much. It's always a delight to have you on this show. And let's do this again next week. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Austin, and good luck with the channel's Kids Cup.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. That's it. The Voice of America correspondent, Sonny Young, speaking to us all the way from Washington, D.C. Oh, my God. The love I have for Anthony Joshua. And look, it's not, I'm in Nigeria. And Anthony Joshua comes out and tells us that he loves Nigeria so much. So we give the British people, he said, well, okay, take it. But he loves his eba. He eats his ewedu soup. He talks about us. He loves Larry Kundayo. So we'll root for him. So Andy Ruiz, it's okay. It's okay. Let us talk and see what's going to happen on June the 1st. But what do you think? What do you think? Anthony Joshua and his United States of America debut. Can Ruiz push him in any way? What you know about Andy Ruiz? Talk to us on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels IF Sports. Let's get on with